Hey there guys, my name is Christopher from the Red Rising Group and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we are going to be doing a theory video regarding an anime that started airing earlier this year. And that anime is none other than The World of Otome is Tough for Mobs. Now, in case you guys haven't watched or even heard of this anime before, let me give you guys a brief summary about the anime. This anime revolves around the main character, Leon, a regular salaryman who is forced to play in an otome game by his younger sister, and after spending 2 whole days completing the game, Leon dies, before finding himself awake and alive in a brand new world. And to his surprise, he had been reincarnated into the world of the very same otome game that he had been playing. Born into the world as a mob character, Leon must now utilize his past memories in order to live out his life without dying again, or being forced to marry a 50-year-old woman. Now, just from listening to that summary alone, nothing may seem out of the ordinary, right? I mean, someone dies and gets reincarnated into a game that he was playing. It's classic isekai. But while that may be the case, one thing that strikes me as odd is the fact that Leon was summoned to that otome game in particular. While it would make sense in terms of the plot, it almost seemed deliberate. Almost as if there was a particular reason behind it. After all, Mary was also summoned to the same game as well. But just what is that reason? But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to the Red Rising Group channel to see more anime content as well as gaming content. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter for news on what videos we are working on next and when it will be releasing. Anyways, with that all said and done, let's get into the video. Now, from all the information that we obtained from the series, the most that we know about Leon's situation was that he was born as a mob character in that otome game, similarly to Mary, and both of them seem to have kept their memories of their past life as well. But rather than looking at their overall situation, let's take a look at one potential reasoning as to why they were summoned into that world specifically. And for that reason, we are going to be drawing our attention to the cheat item known as Luxion. In Leon's previous life, Luxion was an in-game item that could be purchased from the game store. And because of that, it would only make sense that Luxion belonged to Olivia, the main character of the game, right? I mean, even Leon said so, going as far as apologizing to her about claiming Luxion even though it was clearly out in the wild. Well, not really, as according to Luxion, he claimed that he was self-destruct the moment he was taken control over by the new humans, and while Olivia might have been the saint and the main protagonist of the game, she was exactly that, a new human. So that poses the question, how is Olivia capable of using Luxion in the game? Why would Luxion allow Olivia the ability to use him just like Leon had? Wouldn't that be strange? Well, the answer to that is actually pretty simple. And it's because the otome game that Leon played was exactly that. It was just a game. Everything was coded prior in order to make sure that the main character of the game, Olivia, as well as the players playing it, would be able to go through an easier time and be able to reach the ending much quicker. After all, it was such a difficult game that Leon had to spend money on it just so that he would be able to complete it. However, this time around, now that he was reincarnated into that world, it was a world that was filled with real people with the ability to think freely and feel. It was completely different than the 3D models that he would be seeing from a screen. And with all of that information we just went through, that begs the question, what would the world end up like if the reincarnators like Leon and Mary were not brought over to that Otome game? Just what would have happened to the world? While we know what would have happened in the overall story, with Olivia eventually getting her happy ending, what would have happened if we included sentient AIs into the mix? Would Luxion ultimately have awoken on its own accord and destroyed the entire realm due to his hatred of the new humans? It's actually pretty plausible considering Luxion's deep-rooted hatred for the new humans. After all, we've seen his constant goading of Leon to destroy the entire world just because it was filled with new humans. In fact, this may very well be the true reasoning behind Leon's and Mary's reincarnation to the world. After all, if they could assume command of the AI such as Luxion, and have no interest in world domination whatsoever, then they might be able to prevent the world from being completely destroyed by them. But then again, that is all just a theory until it is proven true. Anyways, with that all said and done, it is time to end the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to like the video and comment down below your thoughts about the theory. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Red Rising group for more anime related videos on the channel. And with that all said and done, it's time to end the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!